Hello everyone, my name is Taboo and today I'm going to showcase my plugin TradeX. Let's get started by looking at the configuration files. So as you can see, I'm in the plugins folder of TradeX right now, and there are two files, config.yml and lang.yml. Let's look at config.yml first. Right now you can edit three variables in the config.yml: request timeout, maximum trade distance, and can accept overload trade. Request timeout is the time it takes for a request to time out. You can set this to any time you want. For example, for testing purposes I'm going to set it to 5 seconds. The maximum trade distance is the radius two players have to be in to trade with one another. This is a double value, which means it is a floating point value, so you can have decimals. For example, this value would be perfectly fine, but it's a little weird and most people will just use whole numbers. Can accept overload trade is probably the most important setting right now. If this is set to false, a player cannot accept a trade that would not fit their inventory. So this means that if someone else offers too many items and it will not fit in that player's inventory, it will just not be acceptable. If this is set to true, all non-fitting items will be dropped at the player's location. So that was the config.yml file. Let's look at the lang.yml file. In the lang.yml file you can add any message you want and also change some UI messages. So that were all of the configuration files. Let's hop onto a server and see what TradeX actually can do. So I'm on my test server right now. If you want to send a trade, all you have to do is type /trade and then the player's name. As you can see, both players will have received a message. One saying that the trade request has been sent, and the other saying that you have received a trade request. Well, to deny a trade request, you can say trade deny, and it will deny any request you got. You can also say trade deny and then the player's name, and this will deny a request of a specific player. Accepting works in the same way, but instead of saying deny, you say accept. Instead of using accept, you can also send a trade request to that player. If both players have sent a trade request to one another, it will accept. So right now we're in the trade inventory, and all you have to do to add an item to a trade is drag the item to the left side of the inventory. As you can see, the other player will see the item at the right side of their inventory. Now as you can see, I've offered a purple shulker box, and the other player will see that I've offered a purple shulker box. But as you can see, I cannot see exactly what's in there. It says it contains enchanted books, but I cannot see which books it are. And it says that there are 7 more items. If I want to see what's in the shulker box, all I have to do is click on it. As you can see, another UI pops up, which displays all the items that are in the shulker box. You can also see that the trade window of the other player is not affected. If you have checked all of the items, all you have to do is say back to trade or just close the inventory. As you can see, you will now be returned to the normal trade inventory. To accept the trade, all you have to press is this button, and you will hear a sound and it will be accepted. On the other window you can see that the other player has accepted the trade. Now if both players accept the trade, it will start. But when the trade is altered, as I just did, the trade confirmation will stop. Trade confirmation will also stop when a player cancels the trade by, for example, exiting the inventory. When the trade is cancelled, both players will receive their items back. So let's just say this trade is fair and we both accept. You will hear some sounds. And when the trade is accepted, the inventories will close, you will receive a message, and both players will receive their items. So now I've filled one of the inventories fully with dead bushes and an item we want to trade. If the shulker box is now placed, as you can see, we cannot accept this trade because the item will not fit in our inventory. But when we place our item in, it's completely fine. Also, when the other player offers something that does fit in our inventory but there are no slots available, we can still accept it and it will just get stacked onto one of the other items. So this has been the showcase video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you will consider downloading the plugin, and have a nice day.